Mojo, I'm never trading silver again in my life. Yeah, well, what's the point? What is the point? You won't be able to scale that fast. There's not that many forex prop firms that you can really work with, to be honest. I literally spoke to someone yesterday. Now, they submitted a payout with a forex prop firm, and they've been delayed 5 times and not received it. And it's a small payout as well. Yeah. Crazy. Who's the rat in here adding people pretending to be Milo? Well, also there's the same rat also deleted the live. So this stage channel that we have here, he deleted the whole stage overnight. So I re-added it. Fucking cunt. Milo, you there? Yeah. So obviously the 5's bullish, 15's neutral, hourly's bearish, 4 hours bullish, the daily's neutral. So not much has changed, obviously still a bullish bias. Why is everyone speaking about someone called Abdul? Yeah, so obviously this trade that anyone would have taken would have got stopped out. So it's pretty obvious, right? We've got a bullish bias and it filters out this position. So there's no trade there. So a lot of people would take that in London and take minus 1R. That's a resweep of buy side. He ended your stream before CPI. Abdul. Well, someone get his username. Someone get his username, and we're gonna have a personal chat with Abdul. I'll put him on the fucking mic. Where is he? Body thinks he's big, eh? Who the fuck is that? Oh, is that you? I thought that was Abdul. Yeah, you look like a sick cunt, mate. You look like a Peaky Blinders, mate. Right, let me finish off doing this. One sec. Yeah, so as of now, inside of the first London macro, there isn't any positions so far. Obviously, anyone who took a short there would have obviously got stopped. That's why our bias has already filtered it out. Alright, cool. So yeah, basically, Yeah, let's have a look at this. So what's his name? MiloTrelaw.g. He's got the updated profile picture. I'll tell you one thing I don't think he's actually got right. As far as I'm aware, there's 2 issues with this. Right? So there's 2 issues. Must be an Indian, most likely. I mean, where else would they be born? So, with this, member since 2022, 10th of October. Now, I'll tell you this. I am, on Discord, a member since January 7th, 2021. So, his account is newer. Mine's older, you can see there. And then, the other second giveaway is that the background... So the wallpaper of my desk with my monitoring screen and my monitors, you can see more of my the DOM, more of the, because he can't get the full photo on there because he doesn't have it. So he could only put like half of it on there. You can see more of my DOM and more of my monitors, a lot more actually. His photo on the thing is a lot more zoomed in. Milo Trelaw sent you a friend request. I don't even think I have sent my sister a friend request on Instagram, let alone following fucking people on Discord. Nah, AB's chilling. No one in this group is now admin anyway. No one's purple anymore. I got the same message from that scammer, and I asked Milo if he can privately message. If he message. No more. Yeah, no one's admin anymore. Everyone's a normal role. Check audit logs to see who did it. How do I do that? How do I do that? Discord server, click server name. Top left, click server settings, scroll down, audit logs. Let's just have a look at price before this macro ends. So the 4 hours still going to be bullish. And then the 1 hour is still going to be bearish. And the 15's not changed. The 15's still neutral, and the 5 is neutral. So the bias is neutral. Okay. And that puts us basically at the end of the macro here. So the 4 hour and the hourly, they cancel out. The rest of the time frames are neutral. We've got overall neutral bias. Okay. Let's do this. So server settings, audit log. Okay. Okay, so this is basically why I've updated everyone from being admin. Okay, so this was all today. Okay, right, this is interesting. So, can you guys hear me, yeah? I don't think you guys are going to believe it. Alright, cool. So, if I basically... oh my god, no way. So when I go to server settings and I go to audit logs and I scroll down, the first name, I'm not even joking, yeah, the first name that comes up apart from, because all it says is my name, Milotrelaw, updated roles for da da da. I scroll down, the first name to come up oh shit, I've got the actual username who removed the live. This cunt. His name is, I'm gonna take a fucking photo, dickhead. So Royan9317. Okay, let's take a photo of that. So yeah, Royan ROYON9317 removed live. So he's really gay. So he's like off the charts gay. And then we have Fles40111, updated Fles40111. Now what did he do? Change their nickname. That's fine. I mean, he just changed his name. He's chilling. Right. And then yesterday at 9:36 p.m, Joe Wobby updated Joe Wobby. He set his so Joe Wobby only set their name to Joe Wobby Tech Support. It was only, I remember that he just changed his name. That's fine. That's normal. Okay, so Ray CLA1. So Ray CLA1 set the video quality on the live to auto. Brother, we stream at the best quality. Can really see where the gay people are. Okay, so we identified the gay person anyway. Yeah, so it's Royan9317. I mean, like, who the fuck, accidentally deletes a chat? Like, you can't say, oh, bro, I accidentally... What the fuck? You don't accidentally delete something in the Discord. I mean, we're going to have a word with him, and, yeah, he might be getting banned there. Buddy, Royan thought my IT expertise, like I don't have ChatGPT. I mean, if I really wanted to find out who the AB or the Joe Wobby is in the group, I could, got ChatGPT, mate. No, I don't think it's not AB. I mean, AB doesn't even come up on the thing at all. I think someone just made up some random thing about him. It's he's chilling, mate. It's that Royan guy. Yeah, the one thing you can't stop in this group is the gay flags. That's just like a natural flow. It's like a river, But yeah, we know it's not AB, but the gay flags, they do just come in, so I mean, everyone's had it at this point. Sorry, do I miss something? I was doing my job. No. So basically, in this macro, we came close at the start of this macro at 2:45 to taking long, and then we took the invalidation high, so there was no trade. We swept buy side, was looking for shorts. The bias here was actually bullish, so it didn't pair with this model, and then it ran for -1R, so we didn't take a trade here. And then it ran to the end of the macro, so now we're just waiting for the second London macro. Yeah, no, it's calm. I mean, everyone's got to chill, really. I mean, the only person is we need to see where he's at is that uh, whatever his name is, you know, Royan. Why did you guys even bring up AB in the first place? I mean, I don't even understand it. And who exactly is Abdul? I don't understand who Abdul is. Tech guy. Yeah, but who is the Abdul guy? I mean, there's like a billion Abduls in this world, so it's like, why is he related to the group? Oh, right. It's fine. I mean, you know, they can't do it anymore, so you wouldn't want Dr. Scene to explain himself to court because they go to jail. I mean, the advice that he's given in the kitchen is absolutely catastrophic, mate. Yeah, no, because from looking at the audit logs, the only person who has what do you call it, done anything was the Royan. He just deleted the live. That's all it is. I mean, if I scroll further on these audit logs, CPI. Let's have a look at the CPI. So, I mean, that's probably the thing that everyone's saying. You know, so they're all saying about CPI. So obviously we know that was on Tuesday. So if I just keep scrolling, then we'll actually see because it will say the username. I'm pretty sure. So, uh, so 0701. Yeah, well, to be honest, you know, Joe Bobby probably funded the operation, and he's probably one of the people behind it. Nah, I'm only joking. Yeah, that GG69. I mean, he already got banned, and I think he got, you know, barely he got banned for being gay. That was like the main reason. So we didn't tolerate it, did we? He took gay being, you know, too far. I could almost feel it coming through my screen. So when I was getting to that point, you know, it's like the time has come. We need security. Yeah, we do. We might need to get, you know, a few members. Yeah, I mean, you know, that GG guy, some of you guys know him, majority of you guys do, and then some of you guys don't. But long story short, he asked a lot of, you know, stupid questions. You know, not even about trading, about like, you know, tetanus and rusty needles and rusty this and that. And yeah, he just asked a load of shit. Yeah, you can't be a doctor and security, mate. The doctor's got security. Yeah, Jams has been around, you know, he's stood the test of time, you know, so Jams has been around for a while. I mean, some of you guys have been here for, what, almost 2 years now, so... Imagine listening to me for 2 years. To be honest, I think in the last 2 years, I think my fucking voice has changed, to be honest, the amount of fucking cigars and all this shit. Started as one, ended with another. I used to send the levels into Telegram around then, yeah. We used to send the screenshot. It was all on Telegram, yeah. Yeah, so I mean the Telegram point was where the more OG people in the group, you know, but we used to actually go live on multiple different platforms. We used to go live on YouTube. We used to go live on Telegram for a little bit as well. Yeah. So what cigar brand do I like? Well, I'll show you. Basically, it's I'll spell it out in the chat, and you guys can search it up, and you can buy it. You can't buy it in the US unless you get it illegally imported, but you should still be able to get it. Yeah, Dr. Scene, I think he's pushing about like 7'7" now, something like that. Alright, so it's QU. Yeah, it's the diet, mate. That's all it is. Yeah, so that's basically, I just put it in the chat. That is the cigars that I personally purchase. Now you'll get about 10 for about $1,000. Yeah, it comes with 10, and it'll come in a wooden box, sealed, and stamped from Cuba. Be about 1,000. So it's a good price, because each cigar, you're not paying stupid amounts like where you're paying 1,000 a cigar, but you're still paying, you know, about $80 to $100 ish, or 50. You might pay about $50 each per cigar, and then yeah. Are they 52 or 54? Well, when I open the box, it says number 50. The fucking imposters, mate. Like most people, yeah, they just want to get profitable, and then we got people Like, seriously, yeah. If there's someone gonna join a Discord and then text people and then try, like, sell them shit and act like it's me, right? Or he could just get some funded accounts and work with me and then make 50k a month. I used to know a lot of people like that from my hometown. All they do is take, rob, scam. And I tell you what, anyone who does illegal stuff, you will never see them last for longevity. And also, you'll never see them making money. Like money. They won't make more than 5, 10k a month. They'll have a RS6 at best. If they get their fucking dirty hands on an RS6. And that's not a fucking achievement. You know, Buddy made like, 35 grand, bought a 2014 RS6, an RS3 or something. I mean, these are shit cars. We're talking about cars that are just like, they're crashable cars, you just whip it. Golf R, 20k. RS6, it's like, what, 25, 40k. We're talking about really fun cars to drive, but we're not talking about achievement. You haven't really made it that far. So, no disrespect to RS3s, Golf Rs, and RS6s. They're fucking sick. But I'm just saying, people that, are on that type of stuff, they do not go anywhere. Marty, you want the 3,500 horsepower GTR? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't buy it in Thailand, though, but yeah, I will be buying it, yeah, 100%. There's actually a company in the US called T1 Racing, so they turn standard GTRs and they take out, the gearbox, transmission, just everything, really. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but I know they do take out, different parts, upgrade everything. Yeah, it's called T1 Racing. They do a good job. A lot of GTRs. Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy, a 2,500 horsepower GTR, it's gonna be double the price. So worth it though. What's the fastest car that I've driven? Let's think. Well, it wouldn't be a car that I owned, because the Rolls Royce was not, it wasn't that fast. It still had 650 brake horsepower. I think it was like 675. It was a 6.5 litre engine, V12. No one thinks that. Oh, yeah, Cullinan. But it was a V12. It was 6.5 litres. 650 brake, but it really wasn't that fast. So then it was like 0 to 60 3.5 seconds. So yeah, and then the fastest car that I've driven, I would say it was the Ferrari. This was a car I rented, so it wasn't owned. It was a Ferrari. What is it? SF90. Yeah. I think it was the SF90. That was the fastest that I've driven. Now, I don't know how fast actually is, because I don't know if the SF90 is a fast car. Alright, so next macro, what do you guys see? So obviously the volatility is starting to pick up, which is great. Sweeper sell side, bearish order block, potential shift higher in structure. Let's delete these previous areas for price. So we got a draw for buy side, which this high could potentially be the London highs for the New York, but we'll see. So this is going to be the bias. So neutral, bullish, neutral. Now the reason that's neutral is because it's an hourly bullish gap and bearish gap. The bias is both ways, so it's neutral. Oh yeah, by far the best sounding car is the old BMW M5. I think it's the old M5. The old one. Like the old one. Straight pipe. I've heard videos of that. The V10, yeah. The E, yeah, I don't know what specific car it is, but it's the best sounding car I think I've ever heard. I'd be surprised if the 15 is not bullish. Okay, so it is. Cool, and it's bullish for a while. Yeah, the C63, you know, my friend had a C63. The old one, the V8, 2012. You know, that car now, the chassis is only worth about £500 or £1,000, but the actual engine's worth about £15,000. That's how good that engine is. So it's a nice bullish bias. A sweep of sell side. We'd look for a shift in market structure, and that's pretty much it. So that's what we're working with in the second macro. If you guys are wondering where the invalidation high would be, it would be this high here. Milo, how good are you at pyramiding? What do you mean pyramiding? I mean, the idea behind that is that when people say pyramiding, it's because they scale into a trade. I don't scale into a trade. I don't really understand what you've said there. Because your risk management is great. Yeah, it is, yeah. And we have the risk management sheet that people can follow for 50k accounts. We also got it for 300k accounts. A few other accounts. We also got the 75% rule, so account management. This is very important. If you guys don't already know about this channel, you should definitely read it, because this is what keeps your funded accounts in all costs. So yeah, it's account management. And then once you've read account management, you should definitely take a look at the scaling plan, because that will get you 20,000 a trade. That's what you need. Okay, so right now we have an order block. As soon as price closes above the high, it would inverse the order block and be a shift on both assets. So we have a super sell side, bullish bias, and then yeah, so the screen recording's back. I actually forgot. But yeah, guys, YouTube, you know, we didn't take any trades as of now. If you're wondering about this long, it wasn't valid. It was neutral bias. That's pretty much it. Yeah. How big is the live account? Well, good question. It's currently sat at 920k USD. And then the other live account, which is a second live, I'm running it under my mum's name. So, you know, I can say that on YouTube. I have two live accounts. You know, I have essentially a client. I manage a second live account. And basically, I fund that live account with, you know what, but I can't say that. And then I also have accounts. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I'm recording on YouTube, but I've got accounts all over the fucking place. I mean, I literally just took a payout like yesterday to the other side of the accounts, and I took payouts across the board. So yeah, it does get very sickening, you know, when the payouts hit, because you're just always transferring the money out of the account that's receiving it, it does get quite long. Trust me, it's a problem that you guys will have soon. You just, oh, this payout's just hit, and then you just check the account again, and this one's just hit, and it's like you don't know what to do with the money, and then it always goes to the live account. Reinvest. I've always reinvest back into the business. Yeah, exactly. I mean, submitting the payouts is one thing, receiving it is the other. Elite Trading's from Turkey. I mean, what do you think about Turkey? I didn't really like it, to be honest, myself. What's your honest opinion? No, I think Turkey's fine. It's great. I wasn't really a big fan of Turkey. But then also at the same time, you could say I'm not really a big fan of many places. I only really like Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, and that's it. Wait, so Lord Farg, South African. So you white or black in South Africa? Because I know there's white people there. If you're African, are you African or no? Yeah, I had a South African friend. He was white. South Africa's dangerous, no? That's what I hear. It's amazing. Honestly, everywhere is dangerous. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so many people talk about places in South Africa and dangerous this, dangerous that, but it's like you go London and you get stabbed, mate. So it's dangerous everywhere, really. Anywhere with struggling economies, it's going to be dangerous. What did he say? D Payne. Milo, you ever been denied any payouts? And if you did, how did you deal with it, bro? Yeah, I got denied, close to 300k payout with Apex last year in April of 2025 or 4. Was it 24 or 25? 25. Yeah, it was 2025, yeah. So basically that got denied, and it was a long story. I mean, I've covered it probably about 50,000 times. But I'm with Apex now. I have 40 accounts. Let's not speak any further about that. Yeah, because people are saying there's issues with Top Step and all this, all this shit. Well, there's no issues at all, mate. I submit my payout, which isn't even, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, so basically, I submitted that payout, on Wednesday, something like that. It already hit. Top Step's great. Next day. So AB said, so stay away from Apex. I mean, as I say, Apex will likely pay you up to at least 100k, and then after that, it can go a bit south. It depends how far you're able to go with them. Mine said Camilla update. I mean, Camilla's not really said anything about that payout. I mean, I'd like to know whether she did receive it or not because I can help her with it. But yeah, because I wouldn't want Camilla making all this money and then not actually receiving the money. So I want to make sure that everything's all good. Hello? Yeah, can you hear me, yeah? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm chilling, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I think you would have got the payout. Okay, so obviously that's the end of the macro. I was just in a business meeting with the mum. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, monitoring London today. There wasn't any trades, so we're going to be back for the New York AM session, obviously. And, yeah, we're going to see what we have in the New York AM and also monitor the PM. I mean, this week we're currently up 4.25R, as you guys already know. So we'll see what we get in the New York session and the PM session, and then we close off the week and then go on to the next, pretty much. That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Okay, cool. So it's good speaking to you guys. I'll see you at the New York AM session. Said, I've left and joined about 100 times and the screen won't stop freezing. Right. Well, to be honest, it's probably best that you, let's say, delete Discord or join on a laptop or something. Or actually, I recommend clear your history on your phone. Actually, matter of fact, I'll make it easier for you. Let me end the stream and I'll restart it. Give me 1 second. It won't take long. Right, and I'll share my screen again. So let's do an audio check. Let's get some ones. Yeah. And then the screen as well. The screen should be good. Oh shit, the deposit landed in the live account. I didn't even make a noise. Cunts, I was waiting for the noise. I quite like that noise. Didn't even hear it. I just looked at my emails and it said Tradeovate notification, deposit request approved. Right, okay. Colin, you said thing, just yes and no, because you read it just yes and no, and I know you can't talk about it, but we do only do it in Asia or New York, okay too. It literally says, it on, like, you can read it. It tells you what session and it's like, I even have to speak about that again. It literally says it in the session. Someone said, is this the model? I think the GSX 1000 is on your face, mate. No, it's not the model. So if you look at ES, right, did ES shift structure? No. Is there a shift in structure on NQ? No. Is there a gap on NQ? No. So there is many things missing. I mean, you know, we could look at the bias, but I'm not going to bother right now. I'll bother in a minute if we put in a short-term high here. Yeah, so ES is not putting a short-term high in. Or potentially it is. I mean, if you zoom in a little bit, you'll see it's not a short-term high. Yeah, so ES can't shift. It's another 2 minutes gone. It's all about the bias. Yeah, I mean, you just stay on top of, you know, intraday bias. That's it. The higher time frame only changes at, you know, points like 10 a.m. The 4 hours also at 2 p.m. for the PM session. You know, a lot of people don't look at that. They forget about the closure. They only know about the one at 10 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, simple stuff, really. Reconnect your connections. They're connected, buddy. Alright. What else? That's calm. Yeah. Is 958 a mitigation block? No. What, 9? Wait. Let's have a look. So you said 958. Well, it's either a breaker or a mitigation. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I said no a little bit too fast. I thought you was talking about 1006, which wasn't an order block. But so with this, I mean, it's either a breaker or a mitigation. It depends whether we took a low to the left or not. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the difference is. We just look for it to be paired with a gap. But yeah. Obviously, that's a bullish order block. You know, price is trading out of bullish PD rays. But, you know, as of now, I mean, price either shifts above this short-term high, basically right now, and then closes at 12 and 13 for an entry, or it doesn't, you know. So what I'm going to do to anticipate that is just look at the bias. So we know the 5's bearish. And then 15 is going to be the same, the hourly is going to be the same, so is the 4 hour as well. Now, one thing with the 4 hour that you want to actually look at is if we took previous day low on ES, that would neutralize the 4 hour. Now, yeah, we was bullish, but we're not only bullish to the high and the bearish gap, but also the low. Because off an inverse, to be bullish, you're not going to be bullish forever if the Nasdaq then trades back to 15, are you? You know, we've said that before. So if, you know, the Nasdaq trades lower and never takes that inverse high draw or the bearish gap, right, it's going to be neutralized if we do take a 4 hour low. So we had this candle closure entry. So this is the final end of macro candle. If we don't shift on this candle, then that wraps it up. If you, so AUX USD, you might want to change your username because you're trading futures. But if you look at the checklist guide and just look at that, because inside of there, step by step, so it will tell you if we need it on both, which we don't, but you will see that right there. So that would, yeah. So that's the end of the first day of macro. Okay, we've seen a huge move on NQ, and likely is going to continue towards second day of macro, towards previous day low, just trading into intraday imbalances. So we'd see price obviously slow down, accumulate, and this is actually a very good scenario for the second and the lunch. Now, the reason why I say it is because we've seen a huge move. Price is already showing signs that it's getting into an accumulation period. right? So if we accumulate, manipulate previous day low, and we're going to have a lovely distribution either in the PM, lunch, or second AM. So that's basically it. I mean, we're not here to predict the future, so I'll speak to you guys for the second AM macro. I'll mute the mic at 10:35, 10:40. Milo, you only trade reversals, nor continuations. We take positions based off both. Price can be in a discount, we can take a short. Price in a premium, we can take a long. Price in a premium, I can take a short. Price in a discount, I can take a long. So there's any scenario that the model forms, I can take a position. We've taken continuation models. What is a continuation model? I'll ask you that. Let's see if you know. Just a quick question. Let's see. If I understand correctly, every fair value gap that was tapped before cannot be used to identify bias, only a new untapped fair value gap. No, so whatever price is trading out of as of now. I mean, look at the hourly time frame, right? We're below this bullish gap. I'm still bullish. So I'm bullish until price meets the high or the next bearish gap. That's it. And we assume it's respected until it's disrespected. So if you haven't seen my bias videos, some people, they're not going to have a flying rat about what my bias is. I suggest that you go onto YouTube. It's a 10-minute video, and instead of me talking about it, because we've spoke about it 1,000 times, I do recommend, because I speak about it in a lot more detail, that it's free on YouTube. It is episode 5 of the ICT Fanatic 2025 mentorship. So I believe it's episode 5 or 4, but I talk about bias. I go through it there, and that will clear a lot of things up. It's like literally 10 minutes. I mean, I would do that now between the macros, and then you're going to be chilling. Yeah, and as I said at the start of the stream as well, those two trades, or the trades we took this week, I've also, you know, made a video today, putting some work to help you guys understand it. For those of you that, you know, want to watch that video, it's going to be out in a few hours, couple hours, you know, so once that's out, it's just a recap. How we had, you know, the biggest day in my career, the biggest week in my career, so, yeah. Will I get funded on Top Step when I made 2 times 15.10? I'm up 3. Yeah, you've passed. Yeah, you've passed. Yeah. Matter of fact, it should say you've passed within like the next 30 minutes. I mean, did you just do that? Is that something you just done? It should say you've passed on the dashboard within about an hour, I'm pretty sure. Within the 30 minutes or an hour. Yeah, videos left, right, and center. I mean, as I say, you know, the best private videos that you can watch are me executing trades. Obviously, there's countless live streams on YouTube, which there's so many streams that you'd pass out and die. And then you also have all of these that we just recorded a month ago, which is about 10 hours or 15 hours or more of content. It's all private there. Milo, I got a 50k eval yesterday on Top Step. Should I trade 5 contracts to start? Holy shit. What do we even say to him? What should we say? It depends how you're trying to pass it. But, you know, we have the 2-day pass. You know, that's in the Discord. It's there. So you can either utilize that. We've got a dead flower emoji there. I mean, Where are you from, brother? I mean, I'm pretty speechless. Yeah. Miley, if you're not recording for YouTube, could you explain to me how to use CPIs to pass? Yeah, we're doing it next CPI. We're going to be live, so I don't even need to explain it. I'm going to show you live, brother. You know, we did it on the last CPI. Everyone, I think we passed over like 200 evals, 150 evals. So we'll do it again live. You can do it with us. I'm going to snipe some more accounts. I don't know what firm, probably Lucid. What's your opinion on 2025 mentorship from ICT? I mean, I haven't looked at ICT or heard the guy since 2023 or 2022, so... You know, I started watching ICT back in 2021, Market Maker Series, before the 2022 was even out. And previously, before that, I'd been trading for 2 years, 3 years before 2021. I started back in 2018. You know, my eyesight used to be pretty far distance, and I've been looking at price action for so long. But I see a lot more money when I look at things now, you know. So I don't really care that I can't see an island which is 10 million miles away, you know. One thing I will say, there is no specific amount of contracts you should risk, okay, as you guys already know. Liam Steele, so the question that you just asked, you know, I'm just going to hit you with a hashtag. That's the scale plan, brother. That is the scale plan. I mean, that's why I made it. So, you know, because if you don't have 38 accounts, 38 50k accounts, you're a certified loser. So I'll be straight up. That is what it is. So you need 38 accounts, because with that, you're actually going to reap the rewards of what you should. You've got the knowledge, you've put in the work to get it, but you're just not getting paid. You're making like 3k, 5k, 10k, 20k a month. So with 38 accounts, you know, C4, he saw 38 accounts and was like, nah. So he's got over 55 accounts. And a lot of other people have already, you know, they've done that as well. So 38 accounts is the baseline. And then you start adding Tradeify and Lucid and Live Account and other prop firms as well. And then you're at 60. So, yeah. But if you follow the scaling plan, it will help you go from... Because I don't expect you guys to pour $20,000 and buy 38 accounts, right? Most people are going to, number one, not afford that. Okay, I certainly couldn't afford it. I could only buy around 1 or 2 evals in the start, you know, when I was working security at the start, right? So, number one, it depends on your position. I don't recommend, before you get your first payout, to buy really more than about whatever you can get, really. 10, 15 accounts, you're going to be good with that until your first payout. And your first payout will pay for it all. So, you know, just take it slow. If you follow the scaling plan, it guides you on how to reinvest back into the business. So you go from that first payout, 5k, boom, boom, boom. You add another 10, etc. So that helps you get to 20,000 a trade. And that's when the things really start to get to a different level. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, Kevin, that is absolutely great. And you don't want to rush it, you know, because, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months ticks by, right? Very fast. And each day, you want to either increase knowledge, increase capital, or get a better physique. And preferably, you want to do all 3 of them every single day. Now, if a day ticks by and you haven't improved, then you've fucked that day up and you've wasted it, right? And this is a business which has a shop floor infinite size scalability and also infinite amount of customers, right? And you start with this business with infinite amount of customers, but you start with a very small shop floor that you can only accept so many fucking orders until customers end up getting out of the queue, because they don't want to wait that long, right? And the idea behind it is, if you don't have all of the accounts, you're not going to get all of the customers and the money. So you need to scale. You need to build the shop. You need to make it bigger. You need more capital. Otherwise, you're going to be sat there. You know, if you got 150k account, you're not going to be making that much. Yeah, so, you know, Jack put the forecast in there. So as far as getting paid out every single month of the year, it likely won't happen. As far as getting paid out, you know, on some of the months, you'll get 2 payouts, 3 payouts in 1 month. Some months we will close in a loss. Let's say 1 or 2 of the months this year will close in a loss. Say not, you know, if you look at 2025's results, you're looking at -1R, -2R. It's nothing crazy, and then there'll be months like this month we're up. What we are? We're up 6R this month so far, and 4.3R this week. So this month is already around just above average, I would say, if we was to close it now. But we're only halfway through the month, so it's already definitely above average month. But yeah. Milo, when will you come back to Medellin? Well, you know, it was actually, I think we were speaking about that yesterday or the day before, and I suggested, you know, everyone who doesn't already, you know, be in some sort of marriage, you know, they got to get a few out the system, especially once they get a few payouts. They need to go over there and, you know, spend a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks there. As far as time zone, it's very cooked. You can't trade London, so that's a disadvantage. And you can trade the New York and the PM, but also the New York's difficult in itself because, you know, you're going to be out, you know, we said this, with women at night, and then you're going to come back, it's going to be 1 a.m, you know, you finish off at 3 a.m, whatever, and it's like, you got to wake up 5 hours later and you're crawling out of bed. It's not sustainable, so that's why I'm not there. That's why I'm not going back there for probably a couple years, I would say, a couple years. You know, I'm taking advantage, the fact I'm 21 years old, and by the time I get to 25, then it'll be in a different position. And Colombia's always going to be there, you know, so... You said you leave here in Medellin. You mean, so you live in Medellin and you got divorced? Happy life. Well, I mean, it sounds pretty stress-free, to be honest, yeah. It's very nice there, isn't it? It's very fresh air. If the time zone was good, you know, I'd definitely consider living there. If it was the same time zone as Thailand, it's great. But that time zone is not it. I would still say I prefer Thailand, but the women in Colombia are the reason why I would even go, really. The air is very fresh as well. That's probably some of the freshest air. Your skin will just go the smoothest, the best it's ever been. Colombia has, you know, so many trees. I don't know, the air in Medellin is just so fresh. Colombian coffee, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's amazing. Their food's great as well. I can't lie, their food's great. I can't really complain too much about Medellin. Yeah. New setup at the job office. This Alright guys, we're back. You got a little brief introduction of that YouTube video coming out. It's not very long, I mean it's like 20 minutes, so... That's basically it. Yeah, so you can see, you know, price did some sort of very small accumulation, took previous day lows, so obviously we'd look for longs, great. Look at the bias in a minute as well. Right, it's time for a fucking tea, mate. English tea, Manuka honey, and then we'll be ready for the second macro. Drop the Dubai vlog. I know you've said it quite a few times. I mean, I've just not got round to to even doing it, to be honest. You know what I'll do? I will re-watch the footage, and I'll see what the audio is like. Yeah. So I don't remember the audio being too good, so it kind of put me off, and I was like, I can't even be bothered anyway, so I just kind of scrapped it. I mean, like, most people couldn't wait to get out, but, you know, I just, number one, I couldn't really be bothered, and then second of all, yeah, I just didn't really have the time. But I'll have a look at the audio again and take a look. I don't really like Dubai, to be honest. It's a bit shit. It's good for business, though. So obviously the 5's bullish as of now. It's going to remain bullish. 15 is bullish. Hourly's bullish. 4 hours bullish. You know, so many people think Dubai is this glamorous, lovely place. I mean, it's pretty shit, to be honest. I'll be honest, mate. Every time I go there, I always think, oh yeah, it's going to be great to live there. And as soon as I get there, I just get this weird, bad vibe. It like kills my mood. I get gas coming out of the airport every single time. And then as soon as I start going around the city, I'm pissed. I don't know what it is. I'm just agitated. I'm not relaxed. Yeah, it's just not my thing. Too much going on. I mean, the traffic is absolutely insane. It took me about 45 minutes. Oh my god. Let's not even talk about every time I missed a turning in Dubai. I mean, how many fucking turnings do I miss? It would say the sat-nav on 30. It would say 30. I'm on a fucking R1. I'm flying at 250 kilometers an hour, and it takes me 35 minutes, right? And I'm bypassing traffic, you know, at 250, 200, and the R1's fast, right? As you guys know. 30, 40 minutes to get around Dubai. I'm sweating my balls off, right? I'm on a litre bike, and as soon as the traffic goes slow, the litre bike starts overheating. What else? Oh, then when you do pull up to the place, there's nowhere to park. So Dubai is very law enforced everything. It's like the UK. So, you know, you can't park somewhere. I leave my bike there. Someone say no, you can leave it there. And then I get fined. And then when I'm trying to, you know, because we got time to kill, right? We don't have all this time to waste 30, 40 minutes to go places. So I'm trying to go fast. And then when I do that, what do you get? You get a ticket. And you get, like, you know, the police, and then you get like 20 tickets, and each ticket's $500. So it's just, yeah. My dream is to live there. Well, I would say you should go there for the trip first and go to a few other places and see what you like best. But everyone's got a different perspective. You got people giving you stares. Yeah, I mean, also that as well. It's like full grown men just like staring at you. It's like back in London. I mean, it's also the same as Miami as well. It's like, you know, if you're in Dubai and you want to live normally, you're going to be spending, let's say, 30 to 50k USD a month, right? The same as what I was spending when I was in Miami. And you're going to be living a good, normal, going out sometimes for a meal, whatnot, about twice, 3 times a week, probably a bit more. And go to a few places and have a nice car, nice apartment. And it's like, that we're talking 350 to 400k a year, which goes into the live account. So until your live account's at 2 million or 2.5 million minimum, you shouldn't even be looking at a place like Dubai or Miami. And I'll tell you one thing as well. These other places, just because you're spending more money there, I've been in these places for many, many months. Shit. Miami's got a bunch of fake people sticking cameras in your face, standing there. Oh, bro, how would you get to Brickell, bro? I don't care, mate. Just let me eat my food. You know, and then you got Dubai. I mean, they don't have that problem with the recordings and everything, but yeah, it's nah. Put the fries in the bag, yeah. I never really understood that fries in the bag stuff, but yeah, just put them in the bag, mate. Milo, how would you deal with taxes if you wanted to stay in the UK? I mean, what fucking question is that? Dr. Scene, that's probably one of the worst questions you've ever asked. Like, who the fuck would want to live in the UK? You might as well go to London Bridge and just fucking send yourself off with a rock attached to your head, mate. You know, or just go on a Dr. Scene diet and you'll be dead pretty soon. It's not bad at all. You've lost it, mate. You've either not left the UK or no, I don't even know. Because there's people from the UK here and they totally agree it's shit. I mean, I knew it was shit from when I was like 14 years old. It is so shit. It is probably one of the shittest places in the world. I'd rather be in any third world country apart from India than be in the UK. Live in London, mate. Yeah, and then get a nice, specially carved machete which goes in but doesn't come out, and if it comes out, rips your guts out, mate. Or get associated back with the people from, where I'm from, Bournemouth, Southampton, or people that you don't even know, South London, and you just received your payout, you just bought a nice watch, boom, it's gone. Or, when you go out in London, you think, oh yeah, it's great, let's go for a nice meal. And there's like 50,000 Muslims walking down the main streets. And you think, is this even fucking London? And you go down the next street, and there's 50,000 Indians. So then you don't even know where you're at anymore. Yeah. And not only that, you're also going to be freezing cold all through the year. So you're going to have a crusty face. It's going to be cloudy. You're going to get taxed whether you like it or not. They're going to get you over. The people there, so miserable. On a whole other level. Then come to Canada. My cousin lives in Canada. He said the Indians are taken over completely. They're deporting 1 million. No offense to Indians. I'm just being general. So I don't like when a certain group of people is trying to dilute a heritage background. And it's mostly Indians, right? Or people from Africa diluting Europe. If it was Russians, but they're from Europe. Now my geography's not that good. I don't even know if Russia's in Europe, but I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah. Now what I'm gonna say is that we got, who runs Dubai? Obviously Arabic people, and number 2 richest people is Indians. So there's a massive diverse and difference in every single race. There's bad people in all spectrums, So, but what's destroying Europe is mostly that. Yeah, we could talk for a very long time how bad the UK is. Obviously, we're looking at sweeper sell side. We got a bullish bias. We're looking for a shift in market structure. This right now, as you can see, is that price is putting in a bearish order block on ES and a short-term high. So we look for a shift above that. Invalidation high is relatively quite far away, as you can see, and that would basically be it. So we get shift in structure in 15 seconds. Let's see. Well, is that an order block or not? We'll see. And then look for the model, really. Yeah, so we put in a short-term high. Now we look for a shift. Kind of redo our bias here a little bit as well. So if you look at the 15, I mean the 5. Let's have a little look. So this is what I say, is that you want to make your life easier. So we leave these on the chart for future reference. Okay. And these are the only gaps that the 5 can work out of. And you can see the 5's just traded into that, right? So settings, style, extend right, and there you go. I can't lie, I've not seen anyone with my chart colours. I had the classic green and red for a long time. I just didn't bother changing it, and then I just thought, fuck the green, you know, and then just changed it white. Green and yellow, yeah. I tried a purple chart. I just didn't really like the purple chart. Obviously purple is my favourite colour, but I don't know why. I don't know why it is. I don't have a flying clue. I mean, I never really had a favourite colour, to be honest, but since I obviously wrapped the car, so I'm rocking everything purple, really. 5:15 hourly. That's enough for a bias already. I mean, the 4 hours, obviously bullish for the next 3 hours anyway. Shift above that high. It's quite probable that we will get a model here. Definitely quite probable. Okay. So the only annotation from here, what we can do is just, that's basically it. And then we either shift. ES is already on a rocket, so we'll see if we get on NQ as well. So that's a shift on ES, but no shift on NQ. So we just want price to continue. That's all it is. So if you look at ES, first high, second high, third high, which is here. Okay, and if you look at NQ, first high, second high, third high. So you can see we've got a lot of, you know, price to work through here until we meet the IV. So we can have a nice clean shift in structure. Also does depend on obviously stop placement and whatnot. So we got room to work. I'll have to leave the T as of now. I mean, price is shifting structure. So most definitely can get a model here. Now you can see we inverse the order blocks paired with a gap. 10 seconds we're going to close, but you can see on NQ that we have put in a gap. So we're going to get a premature entry with ES tapping the gap on NQ. So if ES taps that gap, I'll be taking an entry on NQ, which is going to be a 25 handle stop, which is 6 micros. Okay, so that's a long. Alright, cool. And then we're running the stop placement at the short-term lows, so let's get that in, which is at 25,600.75. And then we're looking for a flat 2 to 1. So 1.77 is not enough. We'll look for a flat 2 to 1. Which is there. Okay, so basically looking at price, we just identify the first short-term high for price and then we're trailed to the previous low. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the only thing we're looking at. As far as ES, when you look at ES, the IV that we have marked would be the overall objective. So if ES takes IV before NQ hits RTP, then we would take that as a prematurely closing out of the position. And as I say, the only job is to manage risk. So the result is that we get taken out of the trade or we trail. And that's it. And your only job is to trail and manage risk. Okay. So our job as of now is nothing until we put in a short-term high. Alright, so NQ's putting in this short-term high, so we can label that as TS. So that's where we can minimize risk if NQ is to trade above the short-term high, okay? And our TS is going to be towards 608.50. Now, one thing I'm looking at here is that I've got an entry on the live which is far below that what I was actually previously looking at. So this massively changes, which I got an average entry, let's say at 617, which changes our TP. Let me just, one sec guys. Yeah, so I got an average entry actually 616, which gives us a 2 to 1. Okay, so it's actually massively changed our actual overall objective, which means I've actually risked slightly less than I should have. It's 15 instead of 25. Yeah, I've put the wrong position size. That's all good. So what's your fill? What did you guys get as a fill? So we're still leaving a full open risk, but TS would be the high. But you can see we're looking at a flat 2 to 1 average entry. Yeah, 615, 614, 612. All of you guys got the same pretty much. So we're going to be looking at break even. Okay, so that's completely break even now. And that's it, we're out. That's 2R. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, guys. Make sure you cancel your limits. Okay. So you should be out of that trade now. So the only reason why you probably wouldn't have made, you should be up, you know, that's about $450, $400. Now, the reason why you wouldn't have made, potentially, holy shit. Trade Sinker, oh, that's actually worked in my favor. Okay, thank you, Trade Sinker. My genius, yeah? What happened? Yeah, so, Trade Sinker, I just went onto it now, and it closed out late. Closed out late. And I got a $450 on the non-scaled, and then I've got 1,100 on the scaled. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I risked slightly under there. What did you guys get as a position size on that? And obviously we're not done for the day. We're looking at the next macro. So we're going to look at... So this week we're up 6.3R, and then we're also up 8.3 on the month. Someone's 500, yeah, 500. Okay, you got 500 as well, yeah. Stuart got 4K on the live, yeah. 533, 450, yeah. 610, yeah. Yeah, lovely. I mean, we got loads of fucking daily results. 31,000 by C4, you know, he's not fucking playing around. I told you, you know. Yeah. So this month, so far is definitely one of those months like August. It's definitely above average, and also we've taken 2 hour of that from London. You know, we've got past accounts, we've got payouts, we've got P&Ls all over the shot. Yeah. I mean, you know, we are making a lot of fucking money, and it is quite sickly. Obviously, you know, we're done for the second A macro. We're now going to be looking at the lunch and then the PM. So we're here to make more, you know, so we're here to monitor more sessions. Yanis, 4 new top step, thank you. Yeah. Why not leave a runner? Yeah, so we look for a 2 hour and that's it. I mean, I suggest you watch the backtesting videos on why we close at 2 hour. It's very important to look at that. Stuart said, I generally feel Norse. He's probably just being sick in the mirror. He's made too much money. I mean, I'm going to go be sick in the mirror as well in a minute. As well, you know, make a tea between these macros. Yeah, so the only thing there that could have been improved was the position size. Now, when I look at ES, so model formed, ES tapped the gap. So let's have a look. So we're looking at, yeah, we're looking at 1050. Yeah, because I didn't expect, I had it marked as of there, and it was difficult to get position size because I had it at ES taps the gap slightly down 25, and then by the time it filled, which was a bit unexpected, I got a 15. So that was a little bit difficult to calculate, but it's fine. As far as a 2-to-1 from fill, because everyone's average fill in the group was around the same. We asked, and you know, it was regardless, you would have got 2R. So it was looking around 617, which massively changed the overall TP towards that area there, you know. Yeah, so you got Lord Farg there. He just made $19,744. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Actually, let's let them know. Let's let them know. You know, so we're gonna put some. We're gonna spam the W's in the chat. You know. Let's get them spammed. Just gotta let them know, you know. Like, we made so much money this week, it's actually sickening. I think it's like 6R and 6.3R in 1 week, you know, for a January as well. I mean, the year's not even fucking started. Let's get some numbers in the chat as well, like how much we're talking, you know. Alright, we had to let them know that was the second A macro. A YCCE payout incoming. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, so, you know, this month we're looking at, so we're up 8.3R so far. Yeah. And then Jex said we got the Young Boy album and another 2R to the week. Yeah. I'm going to the island tomorrow to shoot some guns. Go on, take a jet ski, you know, just chill. Bit of guns, bit of jet ski, bit of sun. Because I'll tell you what, right now, I'm the most fucking white that I've ever been. So I want to get a serious tan on in the next month and a half, because we did so much backtesting in December that I've turned into a fucking sheep. So yeah. So we got Joe Bobby here. He said, if you was to trade the next macro since you made profit here, would you go half size? Well, did you see what we did on Tuesday? We monitored London, we took a 2R, went back in the New York and took another 2R. Same size. As I said, the only point that you go to half size on your accounts is if you're below, 1500 of drawdown. Hey Milo, there is no gap on NQ, took OB entry, right? Okay, so I'd suggest you go to Specsavers, mate, and get some glasses first, and then come back with that question. That is definitely one for the glasses. Maybe you're on MNQ. But that, my friend, is certainly a gap on NQ, because otherwise we wouldn't take the trade. It'd be a failed shift, wouldn't it? But there was a gap, so it was a complete shift. I don't miss nothing. I'm fucking dialed. I don't go to the club anymore. All I do is fucking backtest and sit on jet skis in the sun. What are you saying, brother? You good, yeah? Yeah. You might want to, yeah. 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 Yeah, I know. I feel sick when I look in the mirror. Yeah, I am live right now, yeah. Nah, it's calm. Give me a second. Alright. Welcome back for the lunch macro. Alright. So we have a sweep of buy side. Obviously, we're looking for shorts. So price is back into a lower time frame. Well, you could say premium of that move lower. Okay. So we're seeing a run on buy stops. I've just realized after we just hit that trade, Apex just sent an email shortly after we took that trade. Extended sale. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, Apex, you're probably going to need it, mate, because I've got some advice for someone in this group, and they're going to be taking money from you today. Yeah. And his name is C4. So C4, brother, I seen in your screenshot that you sent of your P&L, so you made 31,000 ish, 34,000. Are you there? Wait, let me see if C4's there. There he is, C4, the man himself. He just heard his name. Yeah, so basically, I seen your screenshot that you sent in, and I seen one of your PA Apex accounts. I was at 52.6. Now, there's one thing, there's another thing. So, At 52.6, I would recommend taking a payout on Apex because you've got 20 accounts. Now, are all of the 20 accounts at 52.6? Is that all of them, or is that just... I'm pretty sure that'll be all of them. Yeah, because you got a bit of December as well on them. Okay, yeah, so you need to work out your biggest day. So what's your biggest day on the Apex accounts? And so the way that you said 600 or 700. Yeah, so the way that you work that out, basically, brother, if you go onto a laptop now, so let me know when you've got onto a... Well, I assume you're probably on a laptop now, right? I'll tell you what to do so you know. Yeah. Go on to Tradeovate, and so not on TradeSync, go on Tradeovate and log into your Apex account. So you can see on Tradeovate's website, right? So once you've logged in, let me know. Because the reason... I'll explain why I'm telling you this after. But just sort that bit first. Yeah, I'm in. Okay. So I want you... Now you're logged into Tradeovate on the Apex accounts. I want you... Where it says your account, I want you to click the drop down. So next to your balance, click the drop down. And then just select... Because all of your accounts are the same. Now you've clicked the drop down. Go hover over one of your accounts and there'll be a settings button. I want you to click settings. So once you've clicked settings, let me know. Okay. Now you've clicked settings. I want you to... You should see account reports. I want you to click the drop down from today and do it as... Do a custom date and do it basically since you started the Apex account. So try do... let's say... Do this year. Just click this year. So on the drop down, select this year and then click download PDF. And once you get that PDF, just send it to me on WhatsApp, or take it. You can look through the PDF yourself, and I want you to just look at the winning trades that you've got, and see if any trade. What's the biggest trade? Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. Once you download that PDF for this year, and you've downloaded that PDF, all you've got to do, right, is send the PDF to ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, what's my biggest trade? Here's the PDF. Ask ChatGPT and send that PDF straight on your laptop to ChatGPT. So let me know once you got that PDF. That's step number 1. Because we need to see your biggest trade, because we're looking at consistency rule here for 30%. So now you said 700, that's good. We just need to double check. So we're going to look at your... Alright, I'm going to do the bias here. Obviously, we are looking for shorts. And we're in macro already. But the price hasn't formed opportunity for shorts yet. Alright, so 4-hour time frame. Obviously, it was bullish, but it's neutralized. And it's traded bullish again. Okay, out of the bullish gap. Let's delete this IV, delete shift instruction and whatnot from previous. Yeah, once you got that sorted, C4, let me know. So we're looking at an unfilled on the hourly, which ES is traded into, which is bearish, okay, from the unfilled. And then on the 15, let's get some water. So 15 inverse bullish, unfilled 15 met, which is bearish. So bearish SMT between unfilled and balances on NQ on 2 times frames. And then the 5, well, let's see. Let's have a little look. So let's look on here. Okay, so good to see a shift lower. We had a 5-minute bearish gap inversed on NQ there. And we traded into the 5-minute bearish gap, which the 5 is bearish as well. Okay, cool. So we've got a bearish bias, a sweep of buy side, and a very probable scenario that price does shift structure on NQ, but on ES, not so much. So let's see. So let's pull up the bias. I know where the bias is gone. How can I create a plain account for Apex or can we withdraw to Wise with Wise? Yeah, you can withdraw with Wise. I mean, I personally use Revolut, but you can use any bank really. Wait, one sec, I've lost the bias. It's fucking disappeared. There it is. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Obviously, that's our bias. You know, we got unfilled SMT for bearish, unfilled SMT for 15, and the 15, matter of fact, inversed, right? So on ES, let's have a look at the 5. That's obviously still bearish. Okay, so bias only done on NQ. Yeah, bias is only done on NQ, but we also gain a bias from unfilled imbalances as well. Let's delete that trade from earlier. Let's see. Delete previous day low. Yeah, we get a bias from unfilled imbalances. You get unfilled imbalance between the two assets. ES trades into a SMT between imbalances, which is bearish or bullish case scenarios. So as far as ES inversing the 15-minute bearish gap, it doesn't cause the bias to go bullish or neutral or anything. So it's still bearish on NQ. Say a high that you might want to mark is that 5-minute swing on NQ. Why would we mark that? I mean, it's obviously the entrance to the 15, entrance to other 5-minute unfilled gaps as well, and also the hourly. So it is definitely where price is seeking potentially. So we wouldn't really see price attempt to usually recover more than that, but we'll see. You know, sweep a buy side, look for shorts. Done. How's the 15 and hourly bearish? I mean, you know, we literally just discussed that twice. Right, I'll tell you what. Oh fuck, Domino's is closed. Cunts. I was gonna get 3,000, 4,000 calories in. Right. What can I order? Or should I have a steak? Yeah, I think it's time for a steak. Yeah, lunch macro. I can't lie. Lunch macro will be finished, and then it'll be time for a fucking steak. I wanted the Domino's though, but they close in 9 minutes because they close at midnight. That's calm. Fuck Domino's. Yeah, C4. So I see you're typing. Let me know what you're saying. Okay, so your biggest trade is 1,092. So across all of your accounts, it's 1,092, right? Yeah. Okay, so that means that you wouldn't be eligible for a payout now, and you have to get to 3,640, and then from that point, you'll be in for a fucking huge payout. So you'll be looking at 1,640 once you reach there, so about 1.7 per account. So it'd be 30,000-ish. Yeah. So just leave them there. You're gonna have to continue trading those as of now. Okay, so obviously, so the 5. Yeah, from the unfilled. Yeah, it's just a huge SMT on NQ. Well, essentially, right now, C4's got a $2,600 drawdown on his Apex accounts instead of 2.5, so he's already building a buffer. So once he gets to about 3,000, I mean, you know, so he's still only risking 300 a trade to make 600. My top step account is at plus 16,000, yeah. Well, like overall, right? So you're up like, yeah, 4,000 some, yeah, overall, yeah. Okay, so obviously NQ's shifting below the first low, second low, third low is the IV on both assets, so you can, you know, take a look at price here. You can label that as IV. So that's already a failed shift as of now on NQ. And then if we look at ES, okay, we inversed a order block on NQ with that closure, which is paired with the gap. ES takes IV, so there's going to be no short here. So shorts are not valid. So what I would like to see now, we took IV on ES, I would like to see price, I would like to see it reprice back to buy stops, but not only buy stops, buy side, because that would then trigger the unfilled hourly on NQ, etc. What's the safety net on Apex with $2,600? How can I submit a payout of 1,000 once I'm at 53? Even consistency rule. Yeah, so obviously, you know, if you do 3,000 times 30%, right, it's going to give you a number, and if you stick to not making more than that, then you can take a payout. So 3,000 times 30%, I think that's surely going to give you 600. No, 900. Yeah, so as long as your biggest day is not more than 900 and you're at 3,000, you can take 1k on all of your accounts and become. Does that make sense? Oh my god, I know what I'm fucking doing. I'm ordering from this other restaurant. It's fucking way better than Domino's. Oh yes. Where are they at? Dom's Pizza, mate. That's what it's called. Dom's Pizza restaurant. The dough is actually fresh dough, and the thing is, Domino's, they put a lot of shit in it. So, you know what you're eating when you eat from Dom's. Alright, Hawaiian pizza, please, mate. I need to put on some fucking serious calories here. We've been on a deficit today, and we've been on a deficit, I think, yesterday as well. This is fucking shocking. Biggest recovery with the pizza, you know? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look, they got the Hawaiian pizzas are banging. Chicken, pepperoni, whatever. It's all fresh. Alright, I'm ordering it now. Restaurant is closed. Nah. How are they closed? How are they closed? They close at 2 AM. Let me check this shit. So a lot of ICT traders right now, they're going to be shitting the bed. They're going to be spinning around in their gaming chairs, taking shorts here. Now, whether price draws low or not, I'll tell you what, this is extremely low probability. Okay, sweep a sell side, right? Let me type in Dom's Pizza, because Dom's Pizza, open until 2:30 AM. Okay, so why can't I order then? Mate, I've been pulling up at this place at 1 AM, 2 AM for fucking ages. Like, don't tell me they're closed. Okay, switch to scheduled delivery. Fuck. Like, why would they close on a Friday night? Okay, right, well, it wasn't meant to be. Wait, Domino's says order by 12 a.m. Wait, so if I place an order now, are you mad? Alright, say no, I'll place an order right now. Okay, priority delivery. Done, the order's done, mate. Got 1 minute remaining. They better not cancel my order, mate. Right, the order's in. Domino's. Get fucked. Where are you based? Thailand. Well, I've been based all over the place in the past year. As you guys know, it's been like 30 different countries. Been around the block more than fucking Bear Grylls. But yeah, Thailand's great. I stay in Pattaya. You know, our model allows us to avoid trades that are very likely to result in a loss. You know, in London this morning, for example, price shifted, structure swept buy side, and you know, and ran to buy stops. It ran to the short term ice. You know, stop people out. You know, we didn't take it. The model filtered that one out. You see, when you got, you know, firms like Topstep, because they pay and you know they pay, so you know what you actually do, right, is you max payout 5k every time until they send you an email and they say, look, we're gonna have to put you on live, right, which is after 5 payouts. So you know, instead of taking $500 and then $500, what you do is just you hit 5Ks. So every time is 25, 25, 25, you know. Yeah. 5 payout over per account, yeah. 5 payouts per account. And I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. But it's not really worth it, to be honest. Nah, it's not worth it. I mean, there's no point even saying that, to be honest. Because a lot of people get banned doing it. I mean, they get to their 4th payout, they blow the accounts on purpose, right? And then they get them back. But I wouldn't do that. Number one, you could get banned. It's just not really worth it. And number two, you have to make another 10R to get back to a 2k profit. It's just, it sets you back quite far. Oh, nice. Domino's. Cunts. Sorry, merchant has cancelled your order. I mean, I would probably cancel it as well. Fair enough. I mean, they probably want to go home. So I'll order from somewhere else. Right, that's the Italian house. I will never order from the Italian house again. I mean, it was either the Italian house or Easy Health. I was thrown up 8 times in a row. Right. Do you ever cook yourself, brother? Yeah, probably like 95% of my meals, yeah. Right now I'm in the hunt for something with extreme calories because I can feel right now that we might become a stick. I peaked at 88.6, weighed myself today, 87.2. Fucking shat myself. You know, so I need to... We're in the hunt. I don't think a steak's going to do it, mate. Concerned at what to do here. Nah, that's what I'm doing. I'm ordering fucking Burger King, mate. It's the last resort. When it goes midnight, all the restaurants pretty much closed. So otherwise I'd order like 5 pasta dishes from the Italian, but that closed at 10. The Burger King here actually slaps, but I literally never eat fast food, to be honest. Like, you know, I definitely don't eat McDonald's, and I rarely eat fast food, but right now it's fucking essential, mate. I've already got the order preloaded. Anyone say human meat burgers? I mean, it's obviously not good for you. We know that for a fact. And you shouldn't really be consuming it. But if you have it like once, you know, you're not gonna fucking die, mate. I'm in a, what do you call it, predicament where I'm not be bothered to cook. And the Ting's not here, so the Ting can't cook. And I don't really trust the Ting to cook anyway. I'd rather always cook the steak myself, you know. You know, there's a certain way you can cook a steak. There's a certain way. Yeah, she does know how to make Thai food, yeah, but I don't eat Thai food because it smells and tastes like shit. How do you have the steak? Well, I mean, you know, medium rare, but kind of, you know, a little bit more medium than rare. And then the amount of seasoning I put on it, probably about a quarter of a bottle of steak seasoning, salt, pepper, and garlic and herb. And I don't cook it in anything, like, you know, no butter, no oil, nothing. It just, the steak cooks, and I cook it on like where it's not too hot. You know, some people burn the steak. So yeah, I only buy fillet steaks as well. I don't really fuck with ribeye because ribeye's got a load of fat in it. So once it's cooked, you can't really see the fat parts, and you end up just cutting through a load of fat. I just don't rate it. You don't get enough steak. It's the same with, I've never been a fan of eating chicken on a bone. Now, some people would say, oh, but you're gay for doing that. I don't care, mate. Because when I eat chicken off a bone, I'm hungry, mate. I don't want to be ripping off like a cannibal, mate, off a bone. I just want chicken breast, cut it open, boom, give me the protein, I'm out. Start fucking ripping off a bone. I'm not doing that shit, mate. Yeah, chicken breast, mate. That's all you need. Right, let's just update the bias. Obviously, we are getting through this macro here. Let's look at the 5. Okay, so the 5 was bearish, and it's just tapped the 5, which put it bearish again towards the next low. So that's the same. And then the 15's bullish, so that's just changed. And then on the hourly, right, unfilled hourly, traded into bearish. And then the 4 hours going to be still bullish. Yeah. And the daily's neutral. So what the bias is actually neutral bias. Nothing. I'm still trying to find this fucking burger, mate. Can't find it, mate. Yeah, you always got to cook the steak slow. Like, take the advice for that. Cook the steak slow. It should take like 20 minutes to cook. You got to cook it like mad slow. And then as soon as it gets about a centimetre inside is only pink left, then it's out, mate. And then it cuts way better as well. Depends what steak you buy. If you buy a shit steak from Aldi's, then you can expect it to be like a lump of rubber, mate. Depends where you're looking. surprised Dr. Scene actually approves of the steroid infested, you know, what is it? Steroid and medicine infected steaks from Aldi's, mate. Yeah, so I mean neutral bias, then we look for a sweep of, you know, sell side, buy side, and that's it. And otherwise we just wait for the PM session. So I've heard of people say as well that they say, "Oh, bro, but you know, I do this live and it's not the same as backtesting, bro." Or I did this backtesting. It's just, bro, I went live and I was like, bro. First of all, whatever you do backtesting repeats the future, and you clearly didn't backtest long enough. I mean, you guys have seen how much I fucking backtested. We're talking like 1,200 trades plus. Right, I've seen every, and trading live for 4 years straight with ICT. I've seen every probable scenario to drop under the flying sun, you know. Transientist, I'm definitely hopping on T when I turn 40 plus. I mean, you should probably hop on it. How old are you now? Oh, 20. Oh, I mean, you should probably hop on it when you're like 30, mate, to be honest. 30, 35. Yeah. Mate, I'm still trying to find this burger. It's actually pissing me off now. I don't know which one is the one that I ordered before. Isaac's, he's got something out there that looks like a sirloin or ribeye. Milo, one question. We will. See, I'm not very good at reading. I don't know if you can tell. Failed English, mate. We will have to wait an entry until the price reach even the short-term high or short-term low, means while you don't look for entries. So that was a mouthful, but basically right now, you know, our bias is neutral. You know, price shifted low in structure. I was interested in shorts, took the IV, and after that, it took the invalidation. I don't want to take shorts. It's invalid, mate. So now we look for a resweep of liquidity, which currently is sell side, which our bias is neutral. Okay. And now we're accumulating, right? So we're going to manipulate something. And I'm trying to manipulate this burger, but I just can't find which one it is. It's the only thing on my mind right now, you know. Miley, do you think trade synchro is essential when you have 3 different profit? I mean, you know, that's not even a question. Trade synchro is fucking essential, mate. What's that? Oh shit, I think I found it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let me fucking order that shit, mate. Now these burgers are actually 10-10. It comes with Also, Burger King in Thailand is actually 100% beef. They confirmed it. So it's beef, some sort of like hash brown looking thing, bacon. Because who the fuck? I mean, I don't really eat bacon to be honest, but I mean it's in there. Tomatoes and lettuce. Alright, calm. Fuck the diet today. I'm not on a diet, mate. I'm on a bulk. How's the street food in Thailand? Shit. I mean, if you ate that enough times, you'd be dead. Just like Scene's diet. Yeah, really don't recommend it. Do not eat street food here. Absolutely not. You want to either eat Western food or ideally cook it yourself. What's wrong with this diet? Now, some of the suggestions, mate. He's had some crazy. He hasn't got the Dr. Scene name for no reason, you know. He's seen it all. Obviously, that's the end of the lunch macro. Looks like a dog, right? Took IV, and that was it. So we're going to be waiting, which is in 2 hours. And 2 hours does fly by, because we go live at like 1:30 p.m. EST. So yeah, you know, what we're going to be doing, well, I'm waiting for my order anyway, is I'll go re-live, so I'll go live again at 1:30 p.m. for the New York PM session, and we'll see if there's any opportunities. That's all it is, okay? It was good speaking with you guys in the AM. Speak to you guys shortly, okay? And make sure you slap your results in the daily results channel. Slap the results in there. You got to let them know. I'll speak to you guys shortly. Screen recording. This is YouTube. So daily time frame, nothing. 4 hour time frame is still bullish, right? 1 hour time frame. What have we got here? Well, you can see from the unfilled hourly, and then we've traded out of the hourly bullish gap, haven't we? So this is going to put the hourly is bullish towards the hourly high. Alright, so as far as bias, shorts, definitely not valid. The model's telling us that we should not be taking shorts. And then on the 15, let's see. You said hourly fair value gap SMT, but yeah, the most recent trading, that's old news, brother. That's from the last macro. So we're talking an hourly bullish now. Most recent trading. Alright, 15. Well, I mean, I'm just going to turn this on, and you can see to the left. So, you know, it was bullish, bearish, bullish, trades back into obviously a bullish gap, inverse, bearish, took the low, neutral, so there's a neutral 15. You sometimes got to work back in steps sometimes to look at the bias, right? So far we're pretty favourable for longs. That's a bullish 5. ES tapped the unfilled. NQ didn't. So we got a bullish bias. So if we go on the lower time frame, so ICT traders, they are very much going to be looking at a short here. Little do they know, it's a very strong bullish bias. Well, relatively strong anyway. So yeah, we're in a premium. Yeah, we swept buy side. Yeah, we shifted on both assets. ES takes IV as well. So there's two confluences going against this, right? So ES takes IV, and also the bias is fucking bullish. So how can we take a continuation for longs? That's the question. At this low here, IV, right, it's also a sweep of minor sell side. Now, it's an SMT on it, NQ. It's a light SMT. This is a continuation model for longs, looking for buy side and more points of buy stops. Okay. So as of now, we're looking at not shorts, we're looking at a continuation model and a run. So this is now not IV, this is now sell stops, right? So you can change this. That's sell stops, okay? And this is IV. Not IV like you see in the fucking Amazon rainforest, invalidation high. Yeah, I was saying earlier that fucking Burger King, it was orgasmic. It was amazing. And then the Oreo milkshake was done to perfection. It was an unbelievable meal. It's not the same as the Burger King in the UK. I mean, the UK just fucks everything up. Every sort of meal. Even Gaucho's in London's shit. I mean, you know, everyone's saying, oh, Gaucho's this and that. I went there, you know, hundreds of times. It's shit. Yeah, UK's cook, mate. They would never do anything right. Fucking Jiffy Starmer, mate. You know, we trade Jiffy Starmer's London session, but we definitely don't fuck with Jiffy Starmer, do we? No. You know, the one thing that I was thinking when I post a reel, obviously I only post a reel if I take a trade. The fuck? Woman sprays perfume on her wrist and it erases her nervous system. What? What, she died? Nah. She died. 2018. That's so old. 2018. That's mad. What that's fucking crazy. Well, who cares? We're getting a shift in structure here on NQ and also on ES with a bullish bias. So we're looking at an inverse order block we might be able to see on ES. Now on NQ obviously not. Now, you know, rest in peace that lady. That's very, very sad. But Instagram shouldn't show me that. I mean, you know, why are they putting this shit on my feed? Let's see something else. Vitality to be deported. Yeah, we don't care, mate. I mean, I can't just go. Yeah, it's all about picking the song, you know what I mean? You gotta pick a banger song. And today I had to go with white girl banger. Well, Rihanna's not white, is she? She's fucking Caribbean, but fuck it, she's still classed as a white girl banger. Yeah, Colin, mate, you're on a different planet. We already spoke about that one. So, Colin, what you need to look at, right? So, we had a bearish bias on the SMT between the unfilled hourly gap at 11 AM, right? Okay. And then we traded to 12, and then we traded to the PM session, right? What's the most recent trade in? You know, like a blind man. He would see that. So, you know, hourly bullish gap, trading out of it, boom. With now, what's the most recent trade in? So that's all you got to look at. That's all it is. And that's lovely stuff, you know. Most recent trade in, hourly is bullish. And, you know, ICT traders, they're jumping all over shorts right now. You know, they're short on, you know, their accounts. They're short on probably trading fucking evals because they don't even make any money. But our model says that this is a shit short because it took IV on ES and also it's a bullish bias. So what we're actually looking for is a continuation for longs. Now, from looking at ES looks like a dog. So it's not even shifted structure. Hence, that's a failed shift. And matter of fact, ES actually died. I know it's back. I thought if I fucking died for a second, didn't move. But yeah, we look for a shift above that short-term high, and then if it fails again, seek sell stops. Okay. Even IC traders who take a continuation long here, I mean, they're going to get cooked as well, because, you know, they may have got the bias right for one time, but they're not looking at both assets. So they really, you know, you can really get cooked left, right, and center. And I don't know if this sounds like yourself maybe a few months ago, getting cooked everywhere, but this is why, you know, we come to the rescue. We resurrect people. Yeah, but mate, it's God's guidance, mate. It's nothing else. That's what it is. You know, I go to the church in Pattaya. They have a Catholic church. Yeah, I know. I went to the gym earlier. And I just done the second workout as well. On the fucking balcony, mate. We ain't playing around. Milo, are you spinning in your gaming chair right now? Well, I mean, I've never seen so much money made in 1 month. This is my biggest month I've ever fucking... I've never seen this type of money in my life. Made in... We're talking 2 fucking weeks. I mean, I've never made this much in my life. In this short period of time. Like, it's fucking... We're talking over 350k, right? In 17 fucking days. It is, a testimony of receding hairlines, right? 350k. But it's definitely a testimony of receding hairlines and all that backtesting. And also, you guys seen... In December, you was thinking, Milo, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you passing so many accounts? You just got another 5 today and another 5. Yeah, because I knew that I'm making more fucking money. I need more. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to get more accounts as well. I'm already looking at more firms. So 76 accounts, you know, I want to get 120. And the smaller firms, I'll take their money as well. I don't care. So, yeah. I mean, it is, it's just one of those months, really. But one of those months for me now is actually fucked. Like, it used to be, like, semi-fucked. I'd make, you know, 2023, 2024 times, early 2024, you know, late 2023, I was in 50k a month, and I would sit there and think, holy shit, you know, this is, I can't even believe it. It's mad. And it's just a proof of just scaling. And then through 2024, when I scaled a lot, I hit my first, you know, 70-ish K trades. And then I lost Apex in early 2025. And I scaled through 2025. And yeah, I mean, Shy did 10k today. Yeah, Shy, what are you saying, brother? You told your boss to fuck off. I mean, don't tell him to fuck off, but did you quit the job or something? He put his 2 weeks notice in, mate. $31.2 today, half of his yearly salary. Yeah, I mean, we was only in that position for how long? I mean, you know, we're talking half a yearly salary, right? And we was in that position, I think, Well, I mean, you know, the last trade that we took, we was in it for 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes, you know, and C4 caught that banger. And we're talking about, you know, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, you covered your whole year. So what's this right now? What does that look like? We've marked sell stops and NQ and IV. What is that? Are we still looking for a shift higher in structure? I would say so. Now, as much as it looks like accumulation, and I know a lot of people are thinking of writing accumulation, ES, on the other hand, is doing all the hard work. So it's creating all of these SMTs, lower time frame, which is sweeps of sell stops, countless times, can shift above a high, inverse order block, fine. NQ did sweep the short term low. I mean, preferably take sell stops, please, and then go. But I would still be open to longs as of now. I'm just going to update the bias, you know. Alright, so actually the 15, matter of fact, is bullish. So that strengthened our bias. 5's obviously bullish. Hourly's obviously bullish. 4 hours, but that is a very nice bias. I'll tell you that for free. Valid fair value gap is an empty space between the wicks, but is a valid fair value gap between bodies. No, so it's not between bodies, no. You need to watch the 2022 mentorship to start, brother. You know, you need the 2022 first, right? And then you're gonna have to watch some of my videos after. I think if you watch my videos now, you might pass out. As much as I do simplify it to where, you know, a few grandmas could understand it, but I recommend you watch the 2022. I watched it 3-4 times, and then, you know, I worked off from there. I watched Market Maker series. Every single guy under the sun on YouTube, you know, which didn't really lead me anywhere. You know, so I dug the hole myself. We prefer to take the relative equal lows on NQ. Yeah, I mean, it's a preference. I'd still take longs anyway, if we had an opportunity. You know, but right now it's a failed shift on NQ, so we got one more opportunity to shift. They're playing bangers on that rooftop across the street, I tell you that. I went there the other day. On the rooftop, you know, they fully renovated everything. It looks mad. They just don't have shisha, so I told them, I said, look, I'll be spending a lot of money here. I said, get a shisha license. So they said they told the manager. Gonna need that shisha license, mate. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do shisha, mate. See, another sweep of sell stops on ES. Now, what this actually is, you know, it's just intraday imbalances. See, you know, 5, 15. The fuck is that? But yeah, 15. We just went back to like the 1900s on TradingView there. Milo, could you just get a shisha at the yard? Yeah, I mean, I actually could, you know. It's not a bad idea, mate. Because I was always thinking about getting a shisha at the yard. Now, I'll tell you why I didn't want to do it. Because when I was in Mexico, right, I was in Tulum. I was in a villa in Tulum. A few months ago. Nah, 6 months ago or something. And I bought a shisha for the yard, right? So I must have spent like, it was like a $300 shisha. It was nice, you know. Let's just say it was nice. It was made out of glass and everything. And it was a nice shape and everything. Bought all of the equipment, right? So I put the rocks on top and I burnt it. So I burnt the rocks and everything. And I smoked it. And it literally tastes like petrol. And then I must have done it wrong. Because I didn't use any of the tin foil. I didn't know how to make it properly. So, you know, I fucked up the shisha. And then basically what happened... I was, I was actually something. I can't remember what happened. Long story short, it fell off the desk and smashed everywhere, and that was the end of that shisha. So I didn't get one again. But yeah, I mean, I seen when I was in Texas, someone was selling a silver AK-47 shisha. That looks sick. I mean, having that on the desk, mate. Sniper entries. Yeah, you've sparked an interest there. I'm gonna buy one. It's got to be done. Shisha. Just learn how to make it. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. But ChatGPT, mate. Get a Mansory shisha. Yeah, how do I buy that? How much are they, Mansory shisha? I mean, I wouldn't pay 50k for a shisha. Like, you actually got to be mad. If he's selling it for like 50k, it's on their website. Okay. Let me ask ChatGPT. Right. I'd rather send 50k to my mum. Hello, ChatGPT. So I'm looking for a Mansory shisha. Send me the link now and tell us how much the price of this Mansory shisha is. I mean, I would like to have one, but we're not going to be fucking stupid and spend 50k on a shisha. Alright. What's the best shisha flavour? I mean, I personally always get grape. It's the coincidence because obviously the favourite colour is purple. Grape's just fucking banging, mate. Grape just never goes wrong. Alright, here we go. Mansory. Here we go. $1,200. Alright, so if they do a good design, I'll buy it. Ooh. Well, it does look pretty sick. That's not a bad price, mate. What? It's out of stock? No. I was going to buy it, mate. Orders placed from... will be shipped. It's out of stock, mate. I can't even buy it. What a shame. That shisha looks sick. That shisha actually does look sick. I'll have to buy... I'm going to order an AK-47 one. It's got to be done. Alright, let's have a look. Buying it now. AK-47. Do you spell it shisha or shall I search for hookah? Well, it doesn't come up as shisha, so let's type in hookah. Alright, AK-47 doesn't come up. Maybe only that crazy guy in Texas had it. Alright, we're starting to get a shift on ES. ES is going berserk. And it has swept sell stop. So ES has done the work. We're starting to get a shift on NQ. So we'll see about that. Let's look on the 5. So the 5 is bullish, but about to take the high. So that's going to go neutral. Let's assume that's neutral. And then on the 15... is obviously bullish. Alright, cool, we're getting a gap on NQ, ES. And ES has taken IV, without a doubt. ES has taken 1, 2, 3, and then it's taken the 4th high. No trade. There's no trades here. So ES took IV. Yeah. I mean, oh, that's another one of those examples where, the double blind man with a stick could see that ES took IV. Okay, so hookah. I mean, they don't... Where do I buy it? Right. ChatGPT. Jose Cahoon E said I'm in. Yeah, guys. By the way, I'm not in. We're talking about Jose here. What are you doing, brother? What are you actually doing? Because you do understand taking an invalid trade, right? I've got no words for you. Yeah. Oh, he said just joking. Oh, but you already got the gay flags. Look, the river came in. You can't stop the river. The river of gay flags is just, it flies in. You can't even stop it, mate. It's on like 37 gay flags now. I mean, it's it is obscene and seen it. Oh fuck. That's back. Alright, ChatGPT, mate. So basically what I need is I want you to find a way where I can buy this. I want to buy a hookah, shisha, call it whatever, mate, but I want to get an AK-47 hookah. Yeah, but mate, you're sending me like USD and USD CAD and everything. Like we need you to be sending for Pattaya, Thailand. You know, Pattaya, Thailand, mate. Yeah, so basically now we got a sweeper buy side. Pretty obvious. Yeah, mate, the chat's all over the place, mate. I mean, as far as taking shorts, obviously that is what we're looking for. But as far as bias, I'll do bias in a minute. Only if we start to present an opportunity for shorts. Yeah, I was just finishing off that Oreo milkshake. It was fucking banging. Right. Let's have a look at... Nah, I can't be bothered. I'll look at the bias if we put in a short-term low first. I mean, I'm not going to look at the bias now. NG said fake it till you make it, ACHI. I mean, he already makes good money. But he's making more. Yeah, that hookah looks sick. Mob hookah. Yeah, that's the one. I'm ordering that. That's mad. That's the one I was looking for. Right. Yeah, that's fucking sick, mate. Imagine smoking that shisha whilst monitoring price. I smoke whilst monitoring price anyway. That nicotine just gives you that extra line focus. You gotta pump those rookies up. Pump those rookies up. What the fuck's wrong with my brain? Pump the fucking numbers up, mate. Alright, let's go on this mob website. Pump the rookies up, mate. Fucking idiot. Alright, where is it? 2 AM malfunction. Yeah. It's a malfunction, mate. Alright, so on NQ, there's no short-term low, as you can see. Alright, so no shift on NQ. This is just one of those inverse fair value gap traders, you know. So sweeper buy side, inverse gap. They'd be shitting their pants, spinning in their chair for this one. Yeah, I mean, look, they never post, on this social media. They don't post their losses. I post fucking everything, as you guys know. We post every single trade. Oh, they even got one which has a fucking desert eagle. A golden desert eagle. That's just like mad in itself. I mean, I might have to buy a couple of these. One next to the bed, one next to the desk, one on the fucking balcony. You never know. How much you up so far combined with December? Did you recover from November yet? Guys gotta be fucking joking, eh? Mr. Trader. You gotta be having a laugh. You do crack us up, I'll tell you that. Brother, in November, well, let's just have a look. So let's go on to the yearly P&L in the Discord, right? That's all you got to do if you want to look at our past live trades. Yearly P&L. November, let's have a look. So, November we closed for a minus 3.9 R. In December, we closed for a... What did we close for? A 2.5 to 4R, and I had an 8R October. And this month, I'm currently up. What is it? 8.35R. I mean, we're well far away from November, I'll tell you that. I mean, October alone, I think October I closed for a 210k month. August was sickly. August was worse than this. I mean, if you thought this was bad, you haven't seen August. You guys seen when we went through August in 2025. It was the whole month. There was not a single loss in August. It was 14R. So imagine taking another 3 winning trades on top of this. You said that the max losing streak was 6 losses. Yeah, that usually happens every year. So we will go for a period, potentially at a point, take about 5 losses in a row. Yeah. As I said, there's sides of both worlds. Yeah, I mean, this week is 6.35R. Tarek, gotta drop out. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm fucking out as well. I just realised it's the end of the macro. Well, it was great speaking with you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed, made some money. Right, that's what we do. Also, a recap of the videos, not the videos, the trades. Another malfunction. So the trades that we took this week, recap is coming out in a few hours. So that'll be out. So look forward to that. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys shortly. Which will, it's going to be Monday, really. Unless we speak over the weekend, we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Take it easy.